In 1973, our story unfolds with Ivan, a charismatic gorilla, as the central character. Narrating its journey, Ivan takes us through fascinating events based on a true story. The narrative commences with Ivan and their companions entertaining visitors at the Big Top Mall, under the care of their devoted ringmaster, Mack. Amidst the lively ensemble of friends, which includes a baseball-playing hen, a charming seal, and a delightful truck-driving rabbit, we witness the strong bond that ties them all together. Mack's affection for his animals is evident, and we get glimpses of Ivan's enduring friendship with a small, secretive dog that shares its cage. Additionally, an old elephant companion is part of Ivan's world, adding depth to the tale. Julia, the daughter of one of Mack's employees, becomes a regular visitor to the mall, forming a special connection with Ivan. However, the plot takes an unexpected turn when Ivan overhears Mack lamenting the mall's financial struggles, revealing that the show's earnings are insufficient to sustain it. Determined to make a difference, Ivan confides in its elephant friend, vowing to take action to boost the show's popularity. In the aftermath of a successful show, Ivan observes a decline in the audience turnout the next day. The situation takes an unexpected turn when Mack's security guard, attempting to remove a dog from Ivan's cage, succumbs to fear, leaving the canine undisturbed. Sensing Ivan's artistic potential, Julia gifts the gorilla crayons and paper, assuming an interest in drawing. To everyone's surprise, Ivan skillfully sketches a fly on the paper, using the mirror for reference. The dog, initially puzzled, becomes impressed with Ivan's artistic prowess. Julia, on the following day, stumbles upon Ivan's creation and excitedly shares it with her father, convinced it's a drawing of a fly. Ivan, taken aback by Julia's recognition, is unknowingly becoming a source of joy and wonder for those around him. As the mall faces a decline in business leading to the departure of other merchants, Mack becomes increasingly worried. However, a turning point occurs when he receives an unexpected phone call, sparking excitement and potentially heralding a new chapter for Ivan and his companions. As the dog visits Mack's pet dog, it imparts the unsettling news that the show has been cancelled to make way for a new arrival. Urging secrecy, the dog divulges the impending addition of a mysterious animal. However, the dog betrays the trust and spills the beans to the other animals, triggering fears of replacement among them. To their surprise, the anticipated newcomer turns out to be a baby elephant, positioned alongside the existing colossal elephant. Mack, hopeful that the baby elephant's performance will boost the show's popularity, introduces it to the group. However, Ivan is dismayed as the chatty and inquisitive nature of the baby elephant proves to be an irritant. The following day, Mack integrates Ivan's performance with the baby elephant's introduction, inadvertently dampening Ivan's spirits. Despite the initial discontent, the presence of the elephants proves to be a hit, enhancing the show's popularity. To capitalize on this success, Mack updates the poster with pictures of the baby elephant, triggering envy and disappointment in both Ivan and the dog as they witness their diminishing spotlight. One day, Julia notices an issue with the elder elephant's foot, prompting Mack to inspect and prescribe medication. Urged by the baby elephant, the elder one shares its story at night. Recounting a time when it was a baby elephant that had fallen into a deep ditch, the elder elephant describes the rescue by a compassionate girl and paints a vivid picture of the beauty of the outer world with its trees, mountains, and waterfalls. Listening intently, Ivan is captivated by the tale and starts yearning for the freedom and beauty of such a life. The following day, the elder elephant is unable to perform, leaving Mack to ask the baby elephant to take the stage solo. Faced with fear, the baby elephant hesitates, drawing empathy from Ivan. Offering encouragement, Ivan admires the baby elephant's courage. Despite initial apprehension, the baby elephant delivers a stellar solo performance, showcasing the triumph of courage and the strength of their newfound bond. Responding to the baby elephant's request, Ivan shares its story one night. Recounting its early days, Ivan reveals how Mack and his wife adopted it as a small baby, treating it like their own. Despite bringing them some losses as they grew older, Mack remained unfazed. However, when Mack's wife passed away, Ivan was left alone and eventually brought to the mall. Noticing the baby elephant peacefully sleeping, Ivan listens as the elder elephant implores it to promise a life beyond the cage. The elder elephant envisions a free life for the baby elephant and requests Ivan to make that dream a reality. Ivan, moved by the plea, promises to help. Tragically, Ivan later discovers that the elder elephant has passed away, leaving a somber atmosphere among Mack, other animals, and Julia's father. Ivan witnesses Mack's forceful efforts to make the baby elephant perform, despite its exhaustion. Frustrated and irritated, Ivan becomes determined to ensure the baby elephant's freedom. Sharing its vision of a forest on the other side of the highway where they can live freely, Ivan sketches a key in its drawing, symbolizing a plan to unlock the cage and fulfill the elder elephant's dream. Confident that Julia will decipher its drawings, Ivan eagerly shows her its creation. However, before Julia can comprehend the message, Mack seizes the drawing and is inspired to incorporate Ivan's supposed artistic talent into the show. Posters proclaiming Ivan as an artist draw a crowd, but to everyone's surprise, Ivan refuses to draw. Ignoring Mack's expectations, Ivan focuses on the promise to free the baby elephant. Mack attempts to clarify the situation, but a sudden rage erupts when he discovers the dog in Ivan's cage. Threatening the security guard with dismissal, Ivan seizes the opportunity and manipulates the situation. The dog leads the security guard into Ivan's cage, and Ivan, feigning sleep, springs into action. Executing a well-devised plan, Ivan startles the security guard upon awakening. Seizing the moment, Ivan unlocks the cage with the keys, freeing all the animals. As the baby elephant questions the unfolding events, Ivan confidently declares their journey toward a life of freedom. The resistance of the pet dog, constrained by its domestic nature, highlights the challenge they face in staying outside for an extended period. Undeterred, the group reaches the main door, only to find it locked. In a surprising twist, the dog reveals its hidden strength to Ivan, encouraging the gorilla to break the door with a powerful punch. As they head towards the highway, Rabbit's truck encounters a snag. Ivan, showcasing its strength, rescues the stuck vehicle with a well-timed intervention. A bystander witnesses the spectacle as the animals make their way toward what they believe to be a forest. However, their elation is short-lived when they realize it's a family park surrounded by a densely populated area. Mack, catching wind of their whereabouts, arrives, cautioning Ivan about the danger of bringing others and jeopardizing their own lives. Acknowledging the risk, Ivan leads the animals back to the mall. Mack, in the aftermath, takes decisive action by terminating the security guard and emphasizing the need for secrecy with Julia's father. Faced with the threat of the show's closure, Ivan issues a sincere apology to the baby elephant, expressing regret for being unable to fulfill the promise of freedom. In a heartfelt conversation, the baby elephant seeks to understand more about the real forest, prompting Ivan to share poignant details from their childhood. Recounting a time when it lived happily in the forest with its family, Ivan describes its passion for creating mud paintings and its father's dream of raising a brave gorilla. The idyllic existence was shattered when hunters arrived, leading to a tragic confrontation that resulted in the death of Ivan's father. Captured and brought to the city, Ivan found a new home with Mack. The dog, reacting with disdain towards humans, labels them as devils. However, the baby elephant counters this view, citing a positive encounter with a girl who had saved the elder elephant in its old age. The realization that not all humans are inherently bad brings a nuanced perspective to the conversation, emphasizing the complexity of human-animal interactions. Julia's kindness shines through as she cares for the animals, fostering a connection with Ivan. In a thoughtful gesture, she gifts Ivan colors and shares her drawing, recognizing the gorilla as an artist who expresses feelings through drawings. Encouraged by Julia's belief in its artistic abilities, Ivan is inspired to create a painting with the colors she provided. As Mack resumes the show the next day, a reporter inquires about the animal's alleged escape. In a bid to protect the status quo, Mack dismisses the inquiry as fake news, asserting that everything is in order. This marks a turning point where art becomes a medium for expression and denial becomes a shield to preserve the perceived harmony within the show. As Julia aids her father in the lighting preparations, the animals take turns showcasing their performances. The spotlight finally falls on Ivan, and as the curtain lifts, both reporters and onlookers are astonished by what they see. Even Mack is taken aback at the sight before him. Ivan has crafted a breathtaking painting of a lush forest. Julia, discerning the message within Ivan's artwork, engages in a conversation with her father. She explains that Ivan desires to leave the confines of the mall and venture into the freedom of the forest. Despite Julia's understanding and empathy, her father conveys the regrettable truth that he cannot facilitate such a transition. This moment encapsulates Ivan's yearning for a life beyond the show, symbolized through the vibrant canvas of the forest. Following Julia's appeal for assistance, the reporter becomes a crucial ally, unraveling the truth behind the animal's plight. As the reality surfaces, a collective understanding emerges, leading to a demonstration in front of the mall. People unite to demand the release of all the animals from captivity. Upon witnessing the protest, Ivan smiles, realizing that the plan for freedom has successfully unfolded. Mack, acknowledging the power of collective will, concedes defeat. In a poignant moment, the animals bid their final goodbyes to one another as they are liberated from the confines that restrained them for so long. This marks a triumph of unity and compassion, as the creatures embrace the promise of a new life outside the constraints of the mall. In a poignant moment, Ivan shares comforting words with the baby elephant, assuring it of a promising future ahead. The dog, approaching Ivan for a final meeting, receives a thoughtful gift, a cherished toy, symbolizing the bond they shared. As Mack arrives for a farewell meeting with Ivan, the air is filled with emotions. Reflecting on the past, Mack presents a childhood photo of Ivan and himself, prompting a heartfelt exchange of emotions between them. In this bittersweet farewell, Ivan expresses gratitude for the time spent together. Following the emotional goodbyes, Ivan embarks on the journey into its new life. Upon awakening in an unfamiliar room, Ivan's initial aggression gives way to confusion. A reassuring doctor explains that it will be living somewhere else, outside the current surroundings. As the shutter lifts, Ivan is greeted by the breathtaking sight of a beautiful forest. The realization dawns that this is not just any forest. It is the natural environment of the Atlanta Zoo. As Ivan explores its new surroundings, it's struck by the sight of numerous gorillas, realizing it's among others like itself. Filled with a newfound sense of freedom, Ivan runs and climbs a tree, discovering a vibrant ecosystem filled with elephants, including the baby elephant it promised to care for. Here, in this idyllic setting, Ivan's heartfelt commitment to its elephant friend is fulfilled. The film concludes on a note of joy and fulfillment as Ivan embraces their role in this sanctuary, surrounded by fellow gorillas and playful elephants.